Who do you think would have killed him, like CIA mercenaries or something?
No, I don't know.
Other inmates? Because inmates
What, like
do...
you mean like a ninja? Are we like in a...
Somebody killed him in a 3-minute
James
window.
Bond movie now? What?
I mean, somebody killed him in a 3-minute window.
It was Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. Yeah.
Also, other inmates don't like, accuse child molesters.
Yeah. Well, look, I don't think it's very hard, at least from my years of watching Hollywood prison movies.
Yeah.
For something, my whole experience with the prison system. But it seems, at least from other events, that getting to somebody in prison isn't as hard as you think it would be. But I don't know. I mean, I just don't. I think that there were probably a lot of people who would rather him not be alive. And by the way, but does it matter? I mean, at this point, obviously it matters, and if you could ever figure it out. But it doesn't answer the question of why there's been this slow about face. It's like, that whole story about, and it's too long a story to tell, but it starts off with the guy who calls and he said, he's watching somebody's cat, calls and asks, and the guy calls and how's the cat? And he said, the cat's on the roof. This whole thing?
I don't know, but I'll look into it.
He says the cat's on the roof, and then the guy says, what's the cat doing up in the roof? He goes, and he said, call me back in 10 minutes. And he calls him back in 10 minutes. He said, well, the cat's off the roof now, but he fell into the trash can. And the guy goes, well, we'll go get him out of the trash can. He said, well, we get out of the trash can, but, I was carrying him back, and he fell in the pool, and so he's in the pool now. And he goes, and it keeps going and going and going. And finally he goes, how's the cat? And he said, the cat died. And he says, why did you tell me he was on the roof? And he said, I just wanted to soften the blow. And I forget why I just fucking told the cat on the fucking roof story.
I understand. The blow's getting soft.
What they did is they started off and they released like one thing. But it wasn't the full thing, and then they kind of wanted to see if they could kind of get away with that and get people off it and say, well, there's going to be a round 2 of this, and I didn't get it from the FBI, and the Southern District of New York has all the files, and of course it's the Southern District of New York, a bunch of liberal commies up there, we're going to get them under heel, and then when Cash gets in, he's going to be able to figure it out, and old Danny Boy is going to go in, and he's going to, shake the trees and make sure, and then they get that, and then those guys go on TV and they say, well, no, there was definitely not a suicide. It was definitely a suicide. It was clearly a suicide. Sorry, I'd be the one to tell you otherwise. And then, until the point where they thought that you could just kind of slide this in on a Friday at midnight and see what happened, that they're not going to do anything more.
Yeah.
That's it. We just heard the end of the Epstein story.